Oh, okay, here we go. What on earth are we doing? Oh, great. Open sesame. That was pretty good timing, huh? And we broke free. So, what do we got going on? Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Infinity Highway. Greetings from Stockton.
Turn left at the traffic light.
I think. Yeah, we're in Stockton. Here, out here, and back here in Cali. And we're just now departing Niagara Bottled Water Company, where we've just gone and picked up a load of, well, bottled water. 43,000 pounder. For our back to work, our first run back to work after going home for a break.
In 2 miles, turn left on East Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
And we are heading on out to Walmart, DC, out in Sparks, Nevada, for a short haul. So we got now Saturday, April 9th, 2022. The time Pacific Standard is 5:09 in the PM. A comfortable 82 degrees outside. It is a comfortable 82. A little bit windy. A little bit windy. And excuse me, as I said, we got ourselves a short haul of about 211 miles out to Sparks. And that is for a 8 a.m. and 8 a.m. I said appointment time for tomorrow morning. Apparently, we cannot
In
deliver
1/4
early.
mile, turn left on East Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
I don't know. According to the boss, we can't deliver early, which is kind of lame. I mean, I don't know. Be nice, being that we only got about 3.5 or 4 hours of driving to do to get out there. It'd be nice to just get this delivered tonight. Start early tomorrow morning with a fresh load. Of course, tomorrow is Sunday, so finding a load tomorrow might be easier said than done.
Turn left at the traffic light.
And our day today, Max and I came back to the yard last night, as we typically do. I like to, being that I live about 2 hours away from the yard, I typically kind of like to come back in the evening on whatever day it is and start early the following day with the load, rather than, I mean, plus that helps with dealing with traffic, because there's going to be a lot of traffic between home and the yard out in Pittsburgh, California. Yeah, try to get an early load my first day back and start heading east. But today didn't work out that way, obviously. The boss actually had me go meet his mobile mechanic over at nearby Freightliner in French Camp. And try to see if we could.
In 1 mile, turn right on South El Dorado Street.
Pinpoint the final air leak in this truck, because it still does leak air. And then the other main issue that I was having, which has been an issue since the end of last summer, that we didn't bother dealing with all winter, was the AC in the cab here. While it was still pretty warm last year, I started losing
1/2 mile, turn right on South El Dorado Street.
Cooling in this truck pretty significantly. It was really getting uncomfortable driving through the hotter states, going through 100-degree weather, and it just was not cooling the cab down at all. So I mentioned it back then, and we punted it. We punted that issue through the winter, and well, it's starting to get warm out again. So I brought it up when I went home, and he opted to not do anything about it until I came back. I guess, you know, just rather have me take the time with these things. And so the mechanic he sent over, with the air leak situation, he discovered that all 4 of our airbags on our drive axles, all 4 of them were leaking. So we went ahead and replaced those, and he topped off the Freon. And he said, well, see if that works, basically. He's like, you know, I mean, because the air coming out of the vents is kind of cold, but it just wasn't very strong and stuff. So he didn't really know how to proceed with it, you know. I said, okay, so I'll just go back out on the road, and as soon as I get into the 90-degree, 100-degree heats, I'll complain about it again and see if somebody else can fix it. Basically, that's the way we kind of left it. You know, I don't know. It kind of feels like I wasn't being taken very serious. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that it's just like on a cool day, like it was this morning when I met him.
Traffic light.
When I met him. Are you kidding me? Turn fucking right here? On this little ass street? Hang on a second. Well, I guess that's what we're doing. It looks like a one-way street. Okay, yeah, it sure is. All right, that'll work. So yeah, so anyways, the point being is like,
turn left on East Washington Street.
When you're in cooler weather, right? 70 degrees, 80 degrees maybe, you know, and you turn the air conditioning on in here and it, you know, it feels like it's working, right? And I was like, well, that's the point. Yeah, of course it does. It's not hot out, right? But when I get into the 90 degrees, 100 degrees and higher, it's not cooling the cab, man. It's miserable sitting in this truck, you know, like that all day long, right? Especially if it's humid out, southern states and stuff. So anyways, so he topped off the Freon. He said, well, it feels like it's blowing cold. Let me know how it is when you come back. Dude, really? So I go and I park and talk to the boss.
Turn left on East Washington Street.
It's gotta be
take the ramp on the left.
Like probably noon at that point. Let's see. It says, all right, I'm gonna start looking for a load for you. Okay, all right. So in the meantime,
turn left at the traffic light, then take the ramp on the left.
I'm sitting in the truck, kind of just twiddling my thumbs. Oh, there you go, pal. Is that what you're doing? This guy just decides to go ahead and start pulling back out of the traffic now.
Take the ramp on the left to I-5 North, then keep right.
So of course I start tinkering with the AC just to see if it's made a difference at all, you know. But like I said earlier, it's still like 70 degrees. So it's kind of difficult to tell.
Be in either of the two right lanes.
But I can tell it's not blowing. It's just, you know, I mean, it's like coming out kind of cool, but it's really just not really blowing, right? You know, it's like I told the mechanic, I says it's like the blower's going bad or something, I tell him. So I'm fiddling with it, and every time that I cranked it all the way, like max force, like I got the temperature all the way down, but I'm talking about the fan speed. Every time I crank up the fan speed to the max, it starts blowing out really fast, right? Strong. And then it kind of backs off, and it gets really weak, right? So I started thinking, well, to me, that feels like a filter's like clogged. Something's clogged. That's what it feels like. So I go ahead and I hop on YouTube, and sure enough, you know, find a video that shows you how to replace a cabin air filter. So I pull the cabin air filter out, and sure enough, the thing is just saturated with dust and grime and filth. So I walk back over into the Freightliner and pick up a new air filter, cab air filter for $10 and throw the thing in there, and lo and behold, it starts working.
Continue on I-5.
You know, lo and behold, it starts blowing strong again, right? I mean, just imagine that. So we'll see how this all plays out. I don't know. I mean, I'm not opening any bottles of champagne on this one quite yet because it's only 80 degrees out here. So we'll see how it works once I get out into the desert heat tomorrow or whatever. So, anyways, that's the story of our morning. Oh, and then here's the second thing. is, you know, replaced all the airbags and all the fittings to the airbags. And, well, we still have a leak. You know, we got 43,000 pounds in the trailer, and it's putting a lot of back pressure on the lines via through the airbags, and so we still have a leak. It's still not 100% yet, and what are you gonna do? It's pretty funny. Yep, that's it. That's the story of this morning. So, anyways, first things first, we're gonna stop off up here in Lodi at about 11 miles. And hop on the scale and see how fat we are. Feels like we're fat. I know one thing is I'm getting fat. Yeah, it's not how fat you look, it's how heavy you really are that matters, I guess, or something or another. So I'm gonna put you down. We're gonna get our scale ticket and make our merry way on out to Sparks. So we will see somewhere between here and Sparks, or maybe we'll just see you tomorrow, depending on my mood. So in any event, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, here we go. Objective complete. Welcome, well, good morning. Welcome to Walmart, DC, over here in Sparks, Nevada. We have ourselves an empty trailer once again. Got over here about 7:40 this morning. Docked the trailer, went and turned in our paperwork. Definitely Walmart right there. And amazingly enough, they got us unloaded in about, well, it's just about 10 a.m. now, so got us unloaded pretty quick. So, yeah, anyways, they got us unloaded pretty quick. And, well,
turn right on USA Parkway.
The update for today means that it is now Sunday. Boss gave me a call last night. my way still out here. I think I was going through the Sierras. Calls me, he says, hey, of course he's back there in Pittsburgh, California. He says, I got an offer to load of empty cans. He says, so the plan is, he goes, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that load of empty cans.
Continue on USA Parkway.
It's destined for Denver. I said, okay. He says, so you go make your delivery in the morning. He says, if I can't find you a load heading out of Reno going anywhere, he says, I'll have you. At first, he said he was going to run those cans out here to me and just swap trailers with me. He would take the empty back, bring me the loaded one with the cans. That's the way he implied things were going to work out at first. And then towards the later part of the conversation last night, it turned into, if I can't find you a load going out of Reno, you can come back to the yard and swap trailers at the yard. I was like, really? Okay. I said, what did you say about running the load out to me? He says, well, no, you'll probably just come back to the yard. So the update is that is in fact exactly the way things are going to play out here. So we're headed back across the line. Back into Cali, which, whatever. Typically only kind of like to do that when I'm heading home for break. I mean, if that's exactly what it's going to feel, I'm going to feel like I should just pull into the yard and go hop in my personal truck and go home. But that's not what we're going to be doing. So we'll be destined for Denver, and whatever. Probably my two least favorite places to go is anywhere in California and Denver in Colorado. Not high on my favorites list. Oh, should we get the dog out? You know what? I think we're gonna go pull into this lot right here. We'll get the dog out real quick. His ears just perked up. He heard me say it. He's like, yes, get the dog out. It sounds great. Yep, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get a little exercise real quick, and we'll talk to you a little later. So, see you in a bit. So, here we are once again. Good afternoon.
Say a command.
Make me a cheeseburger. Yeah, she won't do it. She never does. Yeah, so, what time we got? Now 6:15 in the PM, still Sunday, April 10th. And we are making our way back out of California, eastbound into Nevada. Making our way down the backside of the mountain here. After running out to the yard Jesus Christ, Max. Back there in Pittsburgh and swapping trailers, and now we have our McKinney trailer. Mr. McKinney, they call me. No, they don't actually. So, yeah, don't do that. Let's not go with that. Yeah, we got our trailer full of empty cans. I think empty beer cans. It's going to Denver, so chances are it's empty beer cans. I mean, it could be Red Bull, you never know, or it could be Mike's Hard Lemonade. I can't know. I just don't know. In any event, they are empty cans. We got about 10,000 pounds in the box. So relative to the load of bottled water that we hauled out yesterday over this hill, it's pretty damn light and easy going, easy driving, easy up the hill, easy down the hill. 46 degrees outside as I speak, and as we prepare to enter the city of Truckee. Woo. Elevation's somewhere around 5,000, nope, 6,000. 6,000 feet plus a few feet. And we got 1,089 miles to go out to the Ball Corporation in Denver. Boy, you know, I mean, what did I say, 6:15? Yeah. 6:15 and still nice, bright, and sunny out. Amazing. Love it. So, yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to play out. This load of cans has a scheduled delivery for 6 a.m. on the 12th, so the day after tomorrow. 6 a.m. the day after tomorrow. We got 4 hours and 15 minutes left on our drive clocks. It really sucked up our drive time for the day, running all the way back into California and coming back this way. So we're gonna have to, I think, maybe fudge our books to make this load out there on time. I don't know, I'll talk to the boss about it tomorrow, but as it sits right now, with only 4 hours and 15 minutes left on our clock for today, and we still have about 17 hours of driving to go. We just don't have enough time between the remainder of today and tomorrow, so we're gonna have to stick a square peg in a round hole somehow or another, force this delivery for 6 a.m. I don't know, or maybe for a later morning appointment. I'm not sure. I mean, we're only talking about 2 hours, 3 hours of that we need to make up. So I don't know. We'll either do it today or we'll do it tomorrow. Not sure. I guess the point that I was going to make, geez, I don't know, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but it came back to me. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to end up for the night. We're going to, of course, it might be like Winnemucca or something like that. If we can make it to Mill City, that would be great, but I don't know if we got time enough for that. Typically, when I start off with a load coming out of California, you know, in the Stockton, Lodi area, I'll be making it all the way out to Salt Lake City, but that's just not going to happen. It's about 11 hours. Salt Lake City, between Salt Lake City and the yard in Pittsburgh. It's almost exactly 11 hours. So, obviously, we just don't got that kind of time today. Whatever, it is what it is. Reno, 31 miles to go. About to hear this dog start to panic. Yeah, he's beginning to panic. I don't know why. Other than the fact that he hears me talking, he thinks I'm talking to him. Max, knock it off. Alright, before this turns into a mess, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna put you down, and we'll pick back up with you tomorrow morning. So we'll see you then. I think it's like musical chairs. It's just a musical trailer, I guess. I don't know. Huh. Anyways. Welcome to Death, Nevada. Yes, Death, Nevada. Over here near Death Star Valley. Yep. Not a joke. It's a real thing. The Death Star is here in Nevada, apparently. There's actually signs I'm sure probably both east and westbound. The one I see the most often is the westbound sign that lets you know where Death Star Valley is. Oh, I don't know, kind of funny.
Take the ramp ahead.
And apparently, the town of Welcome is off to the north of us. Oh yeah, welcome to Death Star Valley. You know, whatever. Good morning. So it is now Monday, April 11th. 42 degrees outside. And we did quite a bit better last night than I originally had anticipated we were going to do. I think, what was I saying? Like, I thought maybe like we would do like Winnemucca or something or another. We blew Winnemucca out of the water. We blew it away. That wasn't even like close. We're gonna go ahead and say we made it to Wells, even though we got 8 miles to go to Wells. I mean, we made it to the Death Star, but we're going to go ahead with Wells, being that Wells is a little bit bigger town, a little bit more well-known, I guess, than the Death Star. And by all means, there's a Petro out there in Wells that I tend to frequent whenever I drive through here. Usually need to get fuel by the time I'm going through Wells in either direction. So I usually stop there for fuel. Spent the night there a couple times. And, you know, it's got a big parking area. That's the main attraction. And I was considering going in and pulling in there last night. But honestly, I wanted to find something a little bit more dog friendly for the morning here. And so we pulled up back there where, you know, where we're just parted, just that off ramp right there as it turned out. And well, I don't know if it was necessarily more dog friendly or not, but the dog was not being very friendly about anything, because he must have gotten hold of something yesterday. He must have eaten some garbage or something. I don't know. Or maybe it was just a random occurrence, but this fucking dog. Well, let me back up here. We had a long day yesterday. We got up yesterday morning, where was it, back there at Sparks, to make that delivery at the Walmart. I think we got up at 6:45 a.m. You know, not super early, but you know, whatever. That's what time we got up, made our delivery over there at the Walmart. I think, you know, we pulled in over there at 7:30, 7:45, made our delivery. See, I didn't actually go on duty for any of that though. I didn't go on duty yesterday until our trailer was empty at the Walmart. I did that just to save time. And so, you know, we made our way back out to California, played musical trailers, picked up this trailer, and as I was saying, we were going to need to kind of fudge the logbooks on this run a little bit to make it on time. And so we did. I think I threw on, you know, off the record, I think I put in like an extra hour above and beyond what my driving logbook would normally allow. But I expended my entire 14-hour day on the books. So we pulled off last night back there. It was about 1 or 1:15 a.m. So it was kind of a long day. I've done longer days, don't get me wrong. I'm not afraid of putting in long days. It's no big deal. It's just, you know, driving, you know, not that big of a deal. It's not something that I like to do on a consistent basis like I used to do. I used to do that shit like almost every day out here when I first started. But whatever. So by the time we pulled off last night, you know, of course I was just, man, I need to get some sleep. I'm tired. I just want to get some sleep. And as I said, the dog must have gotten a hold of something, some old food or something on the side of the road, or it could have just been a random occurrence, but he ended up with the runs all night long. We pulled off over there. Let's see, we're going to be taking, we are going to be pulling into this metro up here, by the way, because I need to get some breakfast, but he needed to get out of the truck basically immediately, right? He was freaking out for like the last 20 miles we were running last night, and I knew it was that freak out, like he could, like, because he's had the runs in the past, and he does that, and he's panicking and panting and whining, complaining, you know. So the minute we pulled off, I needed, you know, we got him out, and sure enough, he went, took care of business, you know, and you know, it wasn't like super runs, but it was definitely like the pre-run. It was the pre-run cleaning house kind of thing. Sorry, I know it's gross, but hey, you know, we've never had it, you know. it's not like it never had it happen, right? So just talking about the dog in this case. So he does that. We get back in the truck and you know, do our last minute stuff, hop in the bunk, go to sleep. And I think what it was, it's like 4 or 5 a.m. I think. he's in the truck just freaking out again, panicking, whining, panting, complaining, trying to get my attention. I'm like, ah, shit. So I had to get up middle of the night, throw my shoes on and the jacket real quick, take him out, go let him take care of his business, and he did. So, all right, well, hopefully that's all. It wasn't.
Turn right at the stop sign.
He woke me up again at, I think, 8 a.m. And I had to go take care of business again. Oh, they're on the shoes, they're on the jacket, went and took them out and take care of business again. And he did. You know, of course, I wasn't planning on getting up until, I think, 9:30. And so finally my alarm goes off. And, well, lo and behold, he needed to go again. So, whatever, you know, I mean, poor guy. What can you do? So it was like it was very reminiscent of having a newborn, or you know, having a baby, you know, in the house. It's just that kind of thing. He just needed his diaper changed a few times, you know. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna run in, grab some breakfast, and we'll keep on going. We're gonna head on out to Salt Lake City and then run south down the 15 out to Provo and run over to the 70 and go through the mountains on the 70, I believe, is the plan for the day. So we'll see you all a little bit later. Good afternoon. So let's see here. It is now 5:45 p.m. Still Monday. 72 degrees outside and windy. Yep. Over here on US 6, aka US 191 in Utah. We're still making our way down to the 70. And yeah, it's pretty damn windy out here. You see all the dust in the air. Dust storm windy. It's been like this for the last, I don't know, 100 miles or so. It was a little bit windy going through and coming out of Salt Lake City. As we made our way down to Provo, and once we hopped on the 6, we started getting hammered. High winds. So it's making for a thrilling ride, I guess. I don't know. In my opinion, it's still better than dealing with the winds in Wyoming. We probably got 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts out here. So, I mean, it's comparable to Wyoming, but a little bit more like kind of canyon stuff we've been going through. So, it hadn't been hammering us too bad until now. Lots of tumbleweeds out here. Lots and lots of tumbleweeds. So I don't know if I forgot to mention earlier when we were back there in Death Star. Our mileage that I left ourselves with today was like 730 some odd, or 740. And so as I speak, we have remaining 396. ETA for this evening to Denver is somewhere around, oh, wait a minute. Huh. Well, it's going to be later than I thought. That's pretty funny. The boss called me earlier. He's asking me what my ETA was out there. I told him probably around 9:30 p.m. tonight. But boy, I was way off, actually. I was looking at the wrong thing. So that's what I was going to tell you. It was about 9:30, but it turns out our ETA is going to be for around 12:30 a.m. So yeah, I was off a little bit. Still got about 6.5 hours of driving to do. Huh. Okay, well, it is what it is. It's funny because when I told him 9:30, he paused and then he just said, okay. So typically when he asks me my ETA, he already knows the answer to it. You know, he's just asking hear it from the driver, but he pretty well already knows what it is before he asks. Because anytime that he's asked me in the past, and I gave him an ETA that was outside, that was beyond what it should be, he's gone and said, well, let's see now, and started doing the math to me over the phone, right? You know, we're sitting there on the phone talking. He starts pulling out the math. He's like, well, you got this many miles, and average 65 or 70 miles an hour, but you should be there at, you know, whatever, you know. If I had told him, you know, let's say I had told him 9:30 and it could be done by 5:30, he'd start pulling out the math on me. I'm like, yeah, but boss, I need to probably stop and get a shower. I probably need to eat something, you know, get some food, you know, get the dog out maybe once or twice along the way, so, I don't know, that's funny. He's always, he knows what the ETA is already. Like I said, he just asks because he wants to hear it from the driver. Make sure we're on the same page, I guess. So, anyways, we got, I think, about 30 or 40 more miles to get down to the I-70. Start running eastbound from there. I think we got about 95 miles out to Grand Junction, Colorado. So, anyways, just wanted to touch base with you, and hopefully we don't blow away. So, God willing, we will talk to y'all a little later. So, or if not later today, because it'll be getting dark in the next few hours. We will talk to you at Niagara out in Denver for delivery. So, in any event, we'll see you. Welcome to colorful. Hang on a second, let me try that again. Slow down, Kel. Welcome to colorful Colorado. Yep. Here on the I-70, as we pass mile marker 8, we are enjoying a bit of a tailwind. But make no mistake about it, it is still very windy out there behind us. It's a funny thing, the wind. I think I've mentioned it before. It is my least favorite sort of weather to drive through. I hate the fucking wind. I don't like it at all. I mean, when it's a tailwind, yeah, okay, whatever. But yeah, it's a funny thing, the wind. As we were making our way southbound down the 191, we were getting hammered from west to east. So from the right to the left. Just getting hammered. And it got dustier, thicker dust, windier, gustier, brutal. And I'm telling myself, well shit, at least, well, so if it's hammering us from right to left, from west to east, at least once we get on the I-70 and head eastbound, it'll be a tailwind, yeah? I mean, one would think. But that wasn't the case at all. It was as if the wind just all of a sudden shifted from south to north and started hammering us even harder once we got on the I-70. And I mean, it was actually enough to kind of pucker you up a couple times. Or maybe not you, it puckered me up a couple times. What ends up happening is you're going along, you're getting hammered, and you go past hills or something like that, come out on the other side, or even like say, you know, an underpass, or in the case that I'm about to mention, a truck. I went to go past this truck, and we were going over like this kind of bridge kind of thing, and I went to go past him, and at the minute that I went to go past him, we were both shielded by this little hill to the right of us, and we come out of that hill, and as we're coming out from behind that hill, I'm coming, like, I'm passing him, so now I get hammered by the wind that the hill was blocking and that he was blocking, and man, it buggered me up. Felt like we were going to go over for a minute. It was no joke, and it's just crazy drifting sand and dust all over the freaking road. You barely see, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. So yeah, we had to drop our speed down for a little bit there, and then finally it became more of a tailwind for us. Finally, right now it's kind of hitting us from right to left again, because we're cardinally speaking, we're actually heading southeasterly right now, so it's hitting us from the right again, but whatever. We're about to start running due east again here in a minute as we get around the port entry. Yeah, a little bit windy out there. That is not an alarm going off. That is my pre-pass letting me know I can pass the port entry, which is nice. Watch for wildlife, serious speeds reduced, but something about speeds reduced ahead, I think. Yeah, of course the speeds are reduced ahead. Coming into the town of Fruta, I think. Fruity or Fruta, something or another. So, yeah, crazy stuff. It is now 7:36 p.m. It is not tomorrow yet. 71 degrees. 268 miles to go. And we're going to be pulling off, well, I was planning on pulling off up here in Grand Junction. I need to get my half-hour break in here within the next hour and 13 minutes. Let's see, Grand Junction 10 miles, Fruta 4 miles. So yeah, I was thinking we would stop at Grand Junction, but I think what I'm going to be aiming for is any truck stop, the first truck stop that I see that has like a Carl's Jr. I feel like a burger. I've been craving a burger. Like yesterday, I was really craving, like, and I don't even necessarily mean a Carl's Jr. burger. Carl's Jr. is just closest to really what I want. What I was craving was like a good, like, fresh made fat burger from like a mom and pop joint. But Carl's Jr. makes a pretty good thick burger, so we'll go with that. Call it good. I don't know what happened. They used to have called it a $6 burger. This shit was freaking screaming. It was actually really good for a fast food burger. Things were awesome, and I don't know if I guess they stopped making them. I don't know. I mean, they still make kind of an equivalent to it. They just don't call it a $6 burger anymore. I don't know why. Probably because of inflation. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. Yeah. You couldn't call it a $6 burger anymore when they had to start charging $9 for it, I guess. False advertising or something. What else? See, now that's pretty cool. See, we just went past on the left of us, to the left of us. We just went past one of these kind of ski parks, water ski parks, where they got this big old cable and pulley system set up with the tow line and a bunch of jumps and stuff in the water there. That's freaking cool. That is awesome. I wish I had something like that close to home. Hey, Loves Truck Care, exit 26, Carl's Jr. We're in luck. Exit 26. That's what we're going for. We got 10 more miles to go. That'll work. What did I say? Exit 26? Yeah, 26. Going past mile marker 20 now, so 6 more miles. There you go. Awesome blossom. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm gonna let you go, put you back to bed, and as you can see, it's beginning to get dark. So we will see you mañana around 5:30 a.m. I imagine. So yep, we'll see you then. And good morning to you once again. Yeah, we did not make it to Denver. We are going through Dillon, Colorado. Of course, it's Colorado, Cal. But yeah, we basically found ourselves in a pretty heavy snowstorm last night. The roads actually weren't too bad. Actually, the roads weren't bad at all. The snow wasn't really sticking, but it was heavy, heavy snow. Big, massive flakes, and really difficult to see. And we got into Frisco, back about 5 miles back behind us, and it said there was chain laws were in effect 4 miles ahead, which is basically right up here where the Eisenhower Tunnel is. And so we are back on the road. I don't think the chain laws are still in effect right now. Obviously, the roads aren't too bad. But there is quite a few trucks running down here with chains on and stuff, so. For whatever that's worth. So it is 10:25 in the AM. 21 degrees outside. Yeah, I said 21 degrees. It's April 12th. And it's 21 degrees outside. So go figure. Imagine that. And we got 73 miles to go out to the Mall Corporation in Denver. I believe that once we get through the Eisenhower Tunnel up here at the top of the summit, my understanding is that the roads are even better than this. I mean, this is essentially just like driving on wet asphalt. That's, you know, just patchy snow. No big deal. Main thing is I just really didn't want to have to chain up. I just really didn't want to have to chain up. I don't know. Call me lazy. I mean, there's that, and we only have a 10,000 pound load in the box, so that's very light, and you don't necessarily want to be driving in the snow when you're really light either. As if you have to hit your brakes, they have a tendency to want to lock up on you. So they're just better off pulling off for the night, I figure. Yeah, we're spinning out right now. Oh boy. As long as this truck up here in front of us doesn't come to a stop, we should be alright, but we are definitely spinning out. Interestingly enough, westbound lanes look way nicer than the eastbound lanes do. Damn. Just keep the momentum up here, Cal. Last thing you want to do is stop. Truck up ahead of the truck that's in front of us, and he is creeping along. He must have chains on. 19 degrees outside. Max, get out of there. Get out of there. I can't have you down there right now. You gotta move. Max, move. Fucker. Can't have you down by the pedals right now, dog. Just can't do it. Watch out. Move. Move, move, move. Elevation 10,821 feet, and we are yet to get to the top. Eisenhower Tunnel, 11,158 feet. nice. I don't want to speak too soon, but this is far smoother. All right, I gotta go. We'll see you down there in Denver.
Well, that 85, you're still behind me, correct? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, pretty much until we get till we turn off there. Okay.
Yeah, whatever he said. Here we are.
Yeah, I just talked to my pilot. I need gas for.
All right, that's enough. We don't really need to eavesdrop. Welcome to Denver. 53 degrees outside. Two and a half miles to go.
In 1 mile, take exit 281 on the right to Peoria Street, then keep left.
Peoria Street, huh? All right.
Take exit 281 on the right to Peoria Street, then keep left. Keep left to Peoria Street, then take the first left. Turn left at the traffic light. In 1/4 mile, be in either of the two left lanes. Then turn left on East 45th Avenue.
So, yeah, we had a pretty nice, mostly dry rest of the drive down the hill.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Heck of a lot nicer than it was going up the hill. It's funny. It was like we got through the tunnel, and it was as if the snow just stopped snowing on the east side of the hill. There, it was kind of weird.
Mile. Arrive at 11351 East 45th Avenue on the right.
Just a quick pit stop there. Northeast Early College. Huh. Alright. Early College. It's like pre-college. Like preschool. Maybe. I don't know.
In 1/4 mile, arrive at 11351 East 45th Avenue on the right.
I think this is where I want to be. Oh boy, I better double check here. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's probably long enough as it is. So that's it. Hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for watching Infinity Highway. Welcome to Denver. We will see you all somewhere down the road. So take care. Bye. Well, we're here and checked in. Bummer. Yep.